My faith in Christianity goes, I mean, back to childhood for me. Grew up traditional Presbyterian, and as I got older and started getting more mature and realizing how important God is, and He has to be in your life, just like I was taught when I was a kid. And then now more so ever, when I have 2 children at 7 years old and 10 years old, and a beautiful wife that that I have, and we share the same faith. So it's amazing waking up every day and realizing what God's done for us and the blessings that we do have. Anybody that hunts and can relate to me about this, when you sit in the woods and you just look around you, just nice, peaceful, and quiet, and you just look around everything that God's created, to whether it's a grasshopper or a leaf or that blade of grass or that tree or whatever it is, and each individual animal and critter that you see, I think you take it in more there than any other place. So having God in your life and honoring Him is just, it's almost like I'm not gonna say it's a pay it forward, but when you do good things, it comes back around. And with my faith with God and where it is, and it's pretty strong right now, that good things happen. All right. I'm Jay Maxwell, and I've been hunting suburbs for about 10 years.
How'd it work?
I actually had gone around that house and seen some scrapes and some stuff, and gotten permission from the homeowner to hunt like a month before. And then I didn't even have any intention on really going back because the tree selection was so horrible. But on November 20th, I got a phone call saying that there was a giant deer chasing does and some other bucks running around like crazy. And I took the rest of the day off. I went back and I killed him on a stalk in the middle of the day at 47 yards. And when I put my hands on him, I remember looking at him and thinking, this deer's 180 inches, at least. Put a tape on him that night, celebration was unreal. Put a tape on him that night at 227. So then we knew there was something spectacular going on here. I mean, I just killed an absolute monster. We knew the record previously was in the 180s or whatever it was. And so we knew we probably had a state record. And of course, after 60 days of drying, we're 234 and 7/8 at 213 and 4/8 in the book. So my first 2 deer, technically in a suburb area, are a 162 and a 234. And I was hooked, and I said, this is where I belong. So I became a suburban bowhunter, which is where I'm at today. So this is what we have to deal with on a regular basis. Brand new sign, off of their property.
I mean, we're definitely not on their property.
No, they can't put
It's not even close. Leave your card there.
I am.
Actually, hey, I wouldn't. I wouldn't, and here's why. Because if they're developing this and they're serious enough, they'll make a stink about it with the homeowners, and then they'll tell you, hey, we can't do it. I would just leave it as is.
Right. Well, I'm hunting a tree with a private property sign on it.
You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying, though?
Yeah.
I think it's a nice touch.
You like that?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome. Tops is a deer I had on camera for a few years now, and I started hunting him last year as a 4-year-old. This summer, he has been in and out of my spot, but is becoming more and more sporadic as the fall approaches. After checking my camera a few days before the season started and not having any pictures of him, I lost hope of getting an early season buck.
I'm just gonna put on my flashers.
You're gonna have to pull over right there. Just for a minute.
I'll just whip it around right here. Oh my gosh.
That's a giant.
That's a big deer. Dude, he had a lot of velvet hanging off his rack too.
Oh my God.
And it's a great hole if you can back up.
Yeah, I will.
Incredibly, as we were leaving the neighborhood, we spotted Tops bedded down in a tiny finger of woods less than 10 yards off of a busy road. This confirmed that he was still in the area, and my hopes were regained. This is my first hunt of the year. September 22nd, 2017. And I've been waiting for the right moment to get in this tree. And Drew and I just pulled it off. We finally started getting pictures of tops. The 17th he showed up. And I've got a mock scrape right here and he has been killing it. We got a tracking dog back here. Oh my goodness, we got a dog coming in. Got a tracking dog coming. We don't have to get out of the stand. We can have him track.
Hello?
This is your early morning big buck down call.
No way.
Calling from the tree up tops.
No way.
He is officially dead at laying 40 yards from us right now. He came in the dark. I mean, we couldn't even film him. He came like 10 yards, hit the scrape, the mock scrape that I made, hit
so
it.
he was in there early.
Dude came all underneath us, stood all around under the tree. He ended up going off probably 100 yards. And I asked Drew, I was like, you ready? I mean, are we good? So I got the calls out and I just hit the grunt a couple times, soft rattled, and all of his buddies started coming back, and then of course he follows them. He comes in, he gets like 40 yards, but you know, the property line's so tight here. You know, I mean, he was 25 yards off the property line. I had him at 35 yards broadside, and there's just nothing you can do about it.
Man.
Just like Sparky did. So I just watched him, and dude, he goes around the back of this tree and beds down.
No way.
Yes, wide open to us, just beds down. Well, I don't know what's going on. Something went on the other side of the neighborhood, and all the other deer just kind of busted down toward us, and he got up, and I told Drew, I said, get ready. I said, he's fixing to come right here. And he crossed the property line by, I'm looking at it right now, 10 yards onto our property, smoked him. And he is literally dead 15 yards from my arrow on our property. Everything's perfect.
On the property?
Yes, money. Can't ask for it any better.
No way.
You talking about a God thing? Son, that's it right there. Thank you,
Yeah,
Lord.
here's your sign.
But,
Let me guess.
Oh.
You shot his heart out.
Drew,
Confirmed.
confirmed. With the Rage Trypan. I mean, I'm talking about looking at the knock right now, and it's buried in the ground 6 inches on the other side of him. I'm gonna go down and go ahead and talk to him.
Yeah.
Just make sure he knows who I am.
Game warden's probably nowhere.
Yeah. Police department, game warden, everybody will be here shortly. Oh my gosh. You talking about anal?
What just happened out there?
Well, that was the last sit ever on this stand. Everything has to come down right now, and we're not even on their property, that's the thing. I got permission from the lady, and then apparently her boyfriend's here, and he despises hunters. So I really felt like he was about to throat punch me. And then she came out and she's like, this is just not gonna work out. And I was like, it'll take us about 30 minutes to get the stand down and get everything out of here. And a deer, we're not dragging the deer that way. Oh my goodness. This tree has been a great tree for a 147 and whatever this is. And I don't know. Yeah, let's go. This is a different deer.
You're right.
No,
That deer's bigger.
I know this deer. I have no words right now. That is a monster. Dude, the whole entire morning we've been thinking this was Tops, which is a deer that we spotted on the road probably about a mile from here. And I've had Tops on my camera the 17th, the 20th. Yesterday was the 21st, I checked the camera. And today's the 22nd. And all morning with this split right here, we just assumed this was Tops. After reviewing my old trail camera pictures, we figured out what buck it was from last year. He was on the top of my hit list, late season, but disappeared late in the year. This is what's so exciting about hunting in the suburbs. There are so many small pockets of woods for deer to hide in. You never know what buck might show up on any given hunt. And for me, that's what I love. about suburban bow hunting.